GM. Today's lesson. So, the topic of the lesson is sometimes you have to fight a battle you know you can't win. And the reason for this, and why I'm thinking about it, is I'm actually in Romania at the moment. And I've been visiting the Tates, and I was training this morning, sparring with Andrew and a bunch of other G's that are there. And obviously, I am not a 4-time kickboxing world champion. And it's the second time I've had the privilege of sparring with Tate. And when you say the privilege, it's a privilege to get beaten up, essentially. But it is. It's good. It's like, it's character building. But the idea is, it's making yourself, it's kind of a unique situation, because I don't often have situations where I feel like there's no way I can win. But the 2 times that I've sparred with Tate, obviously, I know that's the case. And I thought about it more afterwards, and when I was coming back today, that it's like, I'm going to say this to you guys, like, think about it. Like, think about when was the last time you did something that you knew you could not win? Like, there was no way you could win. Right? Because when you trade, you obviously think you can win. You don't win every trade. But every trade, you don't go in and think, oh, there's no way I'm going to win this. Otherwise, you wouldn't take it. Right? You play sports. Right? You would play the sport because you think you're going to win. You enter any competition or any activity or anything you do, really, you're doing it with the expectation that there is a chance you could win. But there's not when you're sparring Tate. And I guess it's humility is what it builds, right? Keeps you humble. And I find that if you can find ways to have this, every now and then, it's probably something that's not going to be easy to make happen. I guess it's like if you play golf against a fucking pro golfer, right? Or if you it's mostly going to be sports stuff, right? Or you play chess against some grandmaster. You're basically like, there's no way I can win. And it grounds you, brings you back down to earth, keeps you humble, and makes you think, I'm good at a lot of things. I believe I can win at most things I do. But as a reminder, there's always someone out there who's better than you. And that shouldn't be discouraging, it should be encouraging. That should be the fuel and the inspiration and the motivation to keep working and work harder and get better and get stronger and get smarter and get fitter and faster and whatever it needs to be. Yeah, you have to always be leveling up. Always be leveling up. Always be leveling up. Because there's always someone out there, someone ahead of you, who is doing that. And if you're not doing your absolute best at all times, then you're losing ground on the competition. And I think when you always play games that have a possibility of winning, it can sometimes be hard to actually have that reminder. So I encourage you to find your local chess grandmaster and go get smashed by him at chess, or play a sport you've never played before against a pro or someone who's super high level, and just take that humbling and let it remind you that, first of all, that's what they've put their whole life into. And the to see someone at a really high level, it's inspirational as well, right? To see someone at a super high level kickboxer to have done it for 20 years or whatever, and to see the rewards of that, it reminds you that I'm not going to be a world champion kickboxer. I'm, first of all, too old. Secondly, it's never been something that's been anything that I put focus into. But there's other things I do, right? And for everyone, it's the same. You might be in sales, you might be trading, you might be, in another type of sport, you might be in a business, you might be a copywriter, you might be building an agency. And having that reminder, that healthy competition, that sort of motivation, that inspiration, it's good. It's really good. Now, with that being said, I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to go have a well-deserved beer, or 10, or 20, and play some poker. So, and there is a chance I can win at poker. So I couldn't win at boxing, but I might win at poker, and I'll let you know if I do. GM.